was coming home from way up north where we go on. We have like a little place up there because that's where my wife and kids are. And I was driving home, and all this stuff happened. Like and I put it on Instagram. I don't know if you saw any of this, but I thought I saw a tornado funnel cloud, and I filmed it, and I was like, "Is this a tornado? What is this?" Right? And I posted it on my Instagram, and right then and there, boom! I got stuck in like bumper to bumper traffic. It was the worst. I was in traffic for like 2.5 hours, going an hour to. I was going about a mile to 2 miles an hour, forever. It took me 2.5 hours, and I was trying to get home to watch Game of Thrones. That's all I wanted to do. My whole day was planned around getting home to watch Game of Thrones last night. And this traffic jam or this traffic accident or construction delayed my Game of Thrones, right? So it was miserable. And then I was in a canyon where I didn't have a phone signal. So I couldn't call anybody. I couldn't do anything.
Oh, that's the worst. Then you got to just like be like a normal person and listen to the radio.
But then it's weird because then it's like everything happens for a reason, Like, next time something like this happens to me, I'm going to sit back and go, hold on, this is happening for a reason. I wonder what it is. Because after I got out of this canyon, a couple things happened. As soon as I get out, as soon as I get phone reception, the phone rings. And it's my wife, and she's crying. I'm like, what's going on? And the phone cuts out, and she says that two of my older boys were fighting. Kemp and Jake were fighting, punching each other and whatever. And Jake kicked Kemp in the nuts.
Ooh.
And Kemp fell over and has been crying on the floor for 10 minutes in the grass, and he won't move. She doesn't know what to do. So my friend Sheldon, Dr. Sheldon Marks, he's the #1 urologist in the country, is right down the way. I said, why haven't you gone to see him? So I call him, and he says, don't worry about it. 99.9% of people that get kicked in the nuts, nothing ever happens. It's fine. Put ice on it for 20 minutes, it'll be fine. So Kemp puts ice on it for 20 minutes, he's fine. As I'm driving, I'm in the middle of nowhere, okay? I am in the middle of nowhere. Fields and fields of nothingness, right? No homes, nothing. I'm at a stop sign, and I put this on my Instagram. This is unbelievable to me. I still am in shock about this. I'm at a stop sign, and I look across the street where I am, and I see like a dog. And the dog is like running towards my car, and I'm stopped. And I'm like, that dog's running towards my car. And it comes up to my window, my driver's side window. So I roll down the window as if I'm going to drive through. So I roll down the window.
Like he's going to say something to you.
Yeah. And it comes up to my window, puts both his paws up in my window. And he's like, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I want to tell the dog, you know what? I rescue dogs.
I'm sure the dog knows.
It's like almost like, I feel like the dog's like, there's that guy. Like, I look around and there's like just fields and canals and there's not a home anywhere. And he has a collar on. And then I'm waiting for the dog. I'm talking to the dog, and I get out of the car, and I grab a water bottle. I'm like, do you want water? So I try to give him some water, but he doesn't want water. He's like shaking his tail, and he's wagging. And now cars start showing up, and cars start driving by, and he darts off in the middle of the road, and cars now swerve it out of the way. And I'm like, dude, you got to get in my. I open the back of my car, and I'm like, get in. Like, I'm talking to the dog, and the dog like looks at me, and goes, okay. Dog gets in my car. I close the door. And I just started driving. Now I have a dog in my car. And I'm like, what's happening here? Like,
where'd you come from?
Had you not been in traffic, you might have not seen that dog.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like, everything happens for a reason.
So you say he has a collar, dress, or anything like that on it? On the collar?
Just an old collar. And it's all beat up. And there's nothing there. But then when I get home, he's the most beautiful dog. He's this loving dog. He's so happy. And I get him home. I give him water. I feed him. I hang out with him for a little bit in the backyard, and then I put him in where all my other dogs are, the dog rescue. I got like 30 dogs up there. I build a kennel for him, a crate. I put him in the crate. He goes right to sleep, like he's a dream dog. And then I went and I watched Game of Thrones, and I named him. His name is Cornelius.
Nice.
I named him Cornelius after on Planet of the Apes. He's the new son. He's the son of Caesar. He's the one that goes on, if you follow all the Planet of the Apes movies. I'm a big Planet of the Apes fan, huge fan of Planet of the Apes. I've seen all the Planet of the Apes movies, all of them. I used to watch when it was a TV show, I watched all the TV shows. I know everything about Planet of the Apes. So my son Dutch, who's 10, Dutch and I went to go see Planet of the Apes on Friday night. Opening night, we saw Planet of the Apes. What do you think?
I went and saw it with my boys yesterday, and man, was that a slow movie. They war for Planet of the Apes, and there was barely any war, like 2 minutes of war.
Well,
3 minutes of war. I actually did not like it at all. I thought it was awful.
You said
Awful.
Planet of the Apes. Academy Award. Everyone's talking to the Academy Award winner,
Right.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, this is what I was hearing, and I wonder, this might be one of those movies where they put that buzz out way early so people go see it, and they're talking about the highest rating that Rotten Tomatoes has ever had is like 92%.
95.
Yeah, like they said,
95%.
everybody who's seen it has loved it. I actually don't understand how anybody could love that movie unless you did.
The
Then
trailer
you're gonna
was
totally
so
freak me out.
good.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the deal. In my opinion, this is why there's Academy Award buzz. Because it's 90% CGI, and it's the first time, as far as I know, where you see CGI, you see all this emotion. Like, it's probably going to win Academy Award for digital this or, you know, that kind of stuff, whatever that you call that, cinematography.
Kind of like Avatar.
I don't think it's going to, yes, I don't think it's going to win for incredible acting or for best picture, or maybe it could be even for best picture type of stuff. I don't know, but it's not like, I did not like it.
I didn't either.
I went to go see it too. But I fell asleep during the previews. So I didn't even get to the movie.
So you saw none of the
I
movies?
saw nothing. But the group I was with, they were so disappointed. They just expected more war.
Well, if you guys are, okay, it's such a reach, because I don't know if you get, okay, I'm a huge Planet of the Apes fan. When they named the girl Nova, do you have any idea what that means?
Isn't that yeah? Because in the very first Planet of the Apes, there's like a slave person there, and I don't remember if she talks or not, but I remember
She doesn't talk.
Her name is Nova, and doesn't Charlton Heston like fall for her?
It's Charlton Heston's girlfriend, becomes his girlfriend, and in the movie, him and her at the end of the movie take off, and she's actually in the next movie, Beneath Planet of the Apes, an Attack of Planet of the Apes, and she dies. But to think that this little girl is supposed to grow up and be Nova, and the way they named her is by having a car that isn't made anymore. I mean, it's just such a. I think there's so many things that are such a reach to me in this movie. Plus, keep in mind, I don't know where they are in the United States, but I'm assuming 15, 20 years later is when Charlton Heston lands, because she's about 21, 22 in the movie.
Yeah.
And they end up in New York.
It was in San Francisco because
San Francisco, the very first movie.
Yeah, and they you see him kind of hanging out on the Golden Gate Bridge, or what was the Golden Gate Bridge.
In the first movie.
In the third one, too.
They were in this movie?
Yeah.
I don't remember that
Yeah,
part.
and they even talk about like a border in California, so they're way on the other side.
Well, and then somehow, yeah, it's I don't know.
It's bad.
I didn't.
It ain't no Spider-Man, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.